Oh my! It actually started. Okay, so just a quick story before we jump into the brand new Baltimore Colts show is what we're coining our prediction show now. Um, so we tried to start it like 3 seconds ago, or like 5 seconds ago, or like 10, and it just decided to like take forever and then not start. But anyway, that's how it is. That's showbiz, as they say in the business and stuff. Anyway, this is welcome into your new Baltimore Colts show with an added emphasis on the Baltimore and the Colts, or the Ravens and the Indianapolis, or the Colts and the Ravens, or the Browns. No, not the. We're never talking about the Browns ever. We're gonna skip them for the rest of the season. But anyway, your first episode, your debut episode of the Baltimore Colts show. We'll be back right after this.
And I'm finished playing, take that in and let it soak. I got these people shook like they were looking at a ghost, yeah. I could change my ways, but it's too late now. No, I won't look back. No, I won't back down.
All right, guys, we are here live for the first episode of the Baltimore Colts show. Don't really know how this is gonna go. I thought about it last week, and I thought about it all this week, and we're just gonna kind of go with it. But I guess we should start with the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts from last week. The Ravens got a huge win over the Fins, who did not get the wins. Just so Casey knows, just in case he forgot, the Fins did not get the wins last week. It was a blowout, and it was over like before it began. Now, that was probably the best offensive game I've seen the Ravens play in a very long time. Dennis Pitta had a career day, which was great to see because I love Dennis Pitta. I just love the way he plays, and after the almost career-threatening injuries that he's had over his career over the last 2 years, that's kept him out over the last 2 years, he's had a difficult time of really getting back going. They're still targeting him, but he's not really getting going as much as he wants to. So I hope that's just a starting point for him, especially going into what I'm hoping will be a lengthy playoff run. Because if there's any time you want to get hot, this is the time to do it. And they just looked really good against a team who everyone is going to say, oh, they're not that good. They're the Dolphins because the fans and they suck. But realistically, there was a lot of people saying the Ravens would lose that game because the Dolphins had won 6 in a row. And the Dolphins had changed how they played since Jay Ajayi had, taken over basically as far as the running back position is concerned. But still, the Ravens did find a way to win, which I was excited about. It was really nice to finally watch a Ravens game where I didn't have to like hold my breath every play because it was so close. Like that's usually how the Ravens games go, but like I could actually like enjoy it. I felt like the offense was clicking. They ran a lot of no huddle, which I've mentioned multiple times on our pick shows. How they're so much better running the no huddle, but what do? Rarely ever run the no huddle, and I'm like, why? You can see a difference. You can physically see it. Casey, before we jump into the Colts, did you get a chance to watch any of the Ravens game? I know they didn't play it on TV, which was dumb. Well, in hindsight, it was a good idea but it was weird because they talked about how much both teams had to play for, but they didn't show it on TV. But did you get a chance to watch that or watch the highlights or the stats or anything?
Actually, that was one of the games that they played here too, which I thought was weird. Like, I don't understand how the different areas work, just because like we'll get random games. Like the games that I think we'll get, we don't get. Like half the time we don't get Jets games or Giants games, or sometimes we don't even get Eagles games, but we get like Baltimore games, and I'm like, wait, what? Like just doesn't make sense.
Same thing.
But yeah, I did. We dropped the ball a little bit. We did. Yeah, yeah. That's the Finns don't always get the wins. Okay, we're not like the cheating New England Patriots. Okay, we can take a loss here and there. We can do that. All right. Shut up.
Okay. Let's jump into the Indianapolis Colts. That just like they showed that the Jets probably aren't even a real team at this point. I mean, they might not have 0 losses, but they look like they should after that game. And 41-10, just a monster day for Luck. Gore, I think he didn't he like break a record or something. As far as like he continued to like crawl up the rankings as far as like running backs are concerned.
Yeah.
That was nice to see. But man, the Jets are absolute garbage. They're real bad. I think I joked with you about this last week about the Jets actually winning this game, but we made this joke in the I guess was this the Picks chat, I guess, which is basically you and I at this point. But we made the joke about how Eric's fantasy football team is about as bad as the Jets. Probably worse. But we were talking about how bad the Jets were and how bad Eric's fantasy football team was. Remember how excited he was week 1 when he was about to draft with us? Remember that? Like he was so hyped for it because we were doing it like right after our picks or whatever. That was pretty funny because he real bad.
I still think it's ironic that week 13, the Colts beat the Jets 41-10, and I beat Eric's team. But yeah, that game that I was flipping back between the game and Raw, and it got to like the third quarter, and we were up like 30-something to 3 at that point, and then they got a touchdown, and I was like, "Good job, you decided to play." But I was like, "How?" Even to their credit, even the Browns don't lose this bad. Like the Browns may not have any wins, but they don't lose this bad. Like, come on, Jets.
All right. Just looking over last week, I'm trying to think if there was anything else before we move into the Ravens and Colts game for the Ravens and the Colts playing in week 14. The Giants surprised me losing to the Steelers by 10. I expected that to be at least a 1 possession game, now albeit it was only 2 and barely 2 at that. But I was expecting the Giants to come out and put up more of a fight, but like no. And it continues to like show that the Cowboys are probably the best team in that division, as much as it pains me to say it. I was not surprised that the Raiders ended up winning at all. Green Bay surprised me this week. I still don't think they're that good. I'm not gonna think they're that good. I'm not gonna ever say they're that good. But they did surprise me with playing the Texans. But I still don't think they necessarily played up to their potential. Now, albeit they were playing up against a really good defense in Houston. So I'll give them a pass, I guess. And then the Chiefs and the Falcons game. The end of that game was ridiculous. The end of that game was just out of control. Like Atlanta goes for 2 to take the lead. They throw a pick 6 or a pick 2 for 2-point conversions, and basically end up losing the game because they went for 2. Like they could have tied it with an extra point, but they decided to go for 2 for the win. They thought they were the Raiders. The Raiders are the only team that can do that. Come on now. But yeah, the Falcons ended up losing, which I was surprised about. I still kind of hope they win that division, which is odd coming from me, especially after the so many years that I hated the Falcons because Matt Ryan was playing quarterback. But I still think they're going to end up winning that division. I don't think there's anybody close to them. I think they played up against a good defense, which really didn't look that great, still giving up 28 points. So I don't know. Thoughts on any of the other games from last week?
Yeah, I definitely was surprised too that Atlanta lost to Kansas City. That was one of the games that was one of the I think it was one of the last games to end the early games anyway, because it was still playing on Red Zone before they switched over to other games. So I watched the end of it, and I was definitely surprised that Kansas City got the win, because it was a very close game. And I also agree, the only game that surprised me that I didn't think was going to go the way it did was Green Bay, just because Green Bay hasn't been playing, to their potential, how Green Bay is supposed to play, how, Green Bay fans will tell you that they always play. But I was definitely surprised. It was like they decided to all of a sudden in week 13 remember how to play football. And I was like, oh, okay. A little late, but okay. Good job, guys. Good job. But yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the first game of the week, which will be Thursday Night Football. We got the Oakland Raiders going up against the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead, which is going to be a tough one. I think a lot of people underrate Overhead was what I was about. Anyway, I think a lot of people underrate Arrowhead as a stadium, but I think it's like, if not the loudest stadium, the second loudest stadium. And I don't think a lot of people think about that. Like, we always think of Seattle as like, oh my God, 12 man and but like, really, we don't think about how loud it is in Arrowhead, and we don't think about how how passionate those fans in Kansas City are, which is kind of surprising. I know they have a long, running history and all that, but still, it's still kind of surprising, because the Chiefs haven't necessarily been the greatest team. Like they've had some success over the past couple of years, but like, before Andy Reid got there and before Alex Smith got there, like, they were really bad. So it's kind of surprising to see that they're still, those fans are still as passionate as they are, which obviously eventually that pays off, you would think, unless you're the Browns. But but I'm gonna go with I'm still gonna go with the Raiders. I just think this team is for real. I just do. I think this team is a really good team. The offense is playing lights out, and like I said, the defense is coming out there and playing well enough to win. So I think the Raiders are going to be the team that's actually going to come out and win this game. Did Casey leave? Casey, did you leave?
Oh, you cut off, so I didn't hear you. Just kind of stopped, and I was like, is it my turn?
Oh, Casey.
As far as the stadiums, if I'm not mistaken, I think Arrowhead is supposedly the loudest, and then I think
I don't know what makes them loud, because they suck.
And I think college football wise, Oregon's supposed to be the loudest, I think. But anyway, I'm still obviously going with Oakland. I think they're the better team. I think just in general this year, Oakland I feel like this Oakland team this season came to play and came to, kind of bring back that nostalgia, that mystique of like the old Oakland Raiders. And hopefully that kind of brings them back to being a more relevant team. I mean, we've always, supported the Raiderade, but I think over the past couple of years, Oakland's kind of just been an ant team that you didn't really think about. But, I think they're really, they are, playoff contenders this year. I definitely think they're, even going into Arrowhead, I think they can pull it out.
Okay. I made a mistake. I forgot we were going to start with the Ravens and the Colts. I'm so used to doing it how we always do it. I am. Sorry. It's a habit. I'm so used to doing it how we always do it, and I forgot. All about the model that we have established. But anyway, let's get into the Sunday games, which we have the Indianapolis Colts going up against the Houston Texans in Indianapolis. should be a good game. I'm expecting a good game from this two division leaders. I think it's a three-way tie, if I'm not mistaken, with the Titans as well, leading that division. But I don't know. I don't like because I still look at the Colts and I'm like, which Colts team is going to show up? Because we've seen the Colts team that will wet the bed and just lay down for teams, but we have seen a really good Colts team which played the Jets, but I could get a team together and probably play the Jets. So I don't know. I don't know if I should trust that or not. But you know what? I'm going with I think I ranked them my second favorite team back when we did the NFL team six pack or whatever. The favorite NFL team, second favorite NFL team six pack. I think I ranked them second. I'm gonna go with the Texans. I don't like the team as far as like how they're set up right now. I just don't like the quarterback. I like Brock, but like I'm kind of upset that they didn't keep Brian Hoyer. I'm still mad about that. Like they're never going. I can't forgive them. I can't forgive them for getting rid of Brian Hoyer, darn it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Texans, even though they're on the road. I think that defense is gonna finally slow down Indianapolis's offense. I think that defense is for real, and I'm trusting the defense. Oddly enough, because my motto this year has been the offenses will win in the regular season. But I'm going with the defense this time. But if Brock Osweiler doesn't make the right decisions, well, they're going to lose. Now, I know DeQuil Jackson is suspended for 4 games, so that's fun. So that'll take him even out of the first game of the playoffs. But I think that's kind of irrelevant because the Colts defense lost. What is that? How does that work? Indianapolis doesn't really like pride themselves on defense or have a defense for that matter. So I'm still gonna go with the Texans. I'm doing it. Casey.
This man, it's 5 years from now, he's still gonna be mad that they got rid of Brian Hoyer. He's gonna be like, remember when they got rid of Brian Hoyer? I'm still mad about it. Anyway,
it's gonna be like you with that $5. I'm just saying, it's gonna be the same situation.
It's gonna be me and the $5 and those couple games when they started Curtis Painter. I'm still mad about that, and that was like 8 years ago. But anyway, see this is so tough because even thinking about last week, I was trying to figure out, did the Colts play really good or were the Jets just that bad? So it's kind of hard to just take it from last week because I can't. I don't know. I don't know if we had a good team or if the Jets were just that bad. I mean, yes, the Jets were just that bad, but did we win because they were just that bad, or are we? I don't know. But I'm gonna go with Indy. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with Indy. This game could go either way, and I feel like that's always the case with Indianapolis and Houston. It's so hard. This is one of the games that's always so hard for me to pick. I'm going with Indy. I'm going with my Indy. I'm doing it. I don't care. We're gonna win. We're gonna go all the way. Super Bowl, baby.
About all that. That's a little much. But anyway, let's jump into the Monday Night Football game. Which, thank you. Finally, the Ravens get a primetime game. It was funny because last year they had like 1 million primetime games, and they were absolute garbage last year. So that was fun. But we got the Baltimore Ravens going up against the New England Patriots in New England, in Foxborough. And I know everybody is counting us out, man. I already know it. I'll get to my pick in a second. Casey, who you going with?
See, the thing about the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast is, we're friends. We are. We tight.
Barely.
We got each other's back, even when, I may go against his team every time, and I usually go against his team every time.
You can't go against him against the Patriots, right? Come on.
It's so hard.
Not even you. Come on.
Oh man.
It's your beloved Patriots. Come on.
I'm just not gonna pick this game. It's gonna be a tie. I'm calling it a draw.
I'd be so mad. All right. Let me go ahead and let you guys know. I'm picking the Ravens. Now let me tell you why. Obviously because they're my team, but two, I have some things to back it up. First off, Jimmy Smith gets zero credit. That's zero in Spanish for those of you non-Spanish speaking people. I barely speak Spanish. I just know zero. But he gets zero credit, and he's out here shutting people down, and no one is noticing. And it's a little frustrating because when the Ravens have lost games for the most part, Jimmy Smith has not been out there to play. And when Jimmy Smith's out there, they put Sharice Wright out there. Now, you guys know my feelings on Sharice Wright. I've said it before. He's garbage. He's bad. He can't cover. I could cover better than him. And I don't even play football. I haven't played football since middle school. I could cover better than him. He's really bad. Like, when he comes in the game, I just walk away. But Jimmy Smith is out there shutting people down. Tavon Young is coming into his own on the other end. You got corners like that who are just basically shutting people down and not allowing people to catch the ball. Who is Brady going to throw to? His tight end? You know, he can throw it to Martellus Bennett. We got C.J. Mosley in the middle. The front seven is absolutely just ridiculous. One thing Brady doesn't like is pressure. He doesn't like when people get after him, and I don't mean rush him because he can throw when he's being rushed. He just can't throw when he's getting hit. And one thing the Ravens do more than anybody is hit you. So I think the defense, number one, is going to be a huge key. And if the Ravens run the offense like they did last week, and just quit being scared to let Joe throw the ball. Like, a lot of people don't give Joe credit either, but give him a chance to throw the ball. You let him spread the ball around, he'll do it. So I mean, I feel like the Ravens are going to win this game. It's going to be a tough one. I could see them losing. Obviously, it's the Patriots, but like, if the Patriots going to lose any game this year, it'll be this one, playing against a top defense where they don't have Gronk, and it's not like they don't have Gronk and they're playing some kind of cupcake team. They're playing the best defense in the league, in my opinion. Hot when they need to. I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens. I think, I don't even know who New England's receivers are. Like, I know Edelman. That's about it. And if you shut out Edelman, who they gonna throw to? Martellus Bennett? No. Anyway, I'm going with the Ravens, man. They're gonna Jimmy Smith gonna shut down one receiver, Tavon Young gonna shut down the other, and then they're gonna try to throw it in the middle of the field. It's not gonna work. I'm going with the Ravens, man. I hope Jimmy Smith plays. He should be getting healthy now. I'm hoping. But let's get through the rest of the games really quick. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Buffalo Bills. I'm picking the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm gonna pick the Pittsburgh Steelers, I guess. I don't think they're that good. Still don't think they're that good. But the Ravens can beat them twice and still not be a better team than them, according to the media. So whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. But the Bills could win this game. The Bills could definitely win this game with the defense they have. If they can just find a way to shut down Antonio Brown, which is easier said than done, they can win this game. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'm putting them on upset alert. Casey.
I really want to go with Buffalo. I do, but I also have to go with Pittsburgh. It's just, I feel like it's a safe pick, but I am gonna also put them on upset alert. Buffalo is at home, but then it's. Yeah, I'm going with Pittsburgh, but They're on upset alert.
Okay. Let's move on to the next game. We got the Broncos going up against the Houston Texans. The Tennessee Titans. This is a tough one. I feel like because the Broncos aren't as good as we thought they were. They just aren't. But the Texans. Goodness, why are the Texans on my mind right now? The Titans are not, are really not as bad as we thought they were. I think the Titans pull off the upset here. The Titans are playing to win that division for the first time in probably not as long as we think it is, but a long time. Okay, a long time. They could go from worst to first this year. Just imagine that. Imagine just the momentum and the feeling that Tennessee will have if they could go from worst to first this year. But I don't know if it's worth. It might not be worst to first. It might have been 2 years ago they were worst. But anyway, I mean they're still bad last year too. But I'm going with the Titans. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna pull it off. Casey, are you gonna go with the Justin way and pick the Titans?
You know what? I got to go with the Justin way. No, I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with the actual Justin way that he should go with, but he doesn't. And I can't pick in my division, which, I'm going to go with Denver. I can't trust Tennessee. I just can't do it. Whenever I trust them, they fail me. And I can't let them do that to me anymore. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 18 times. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, it wasn't like 18 times because we're only in week 14, and but still, you get.
And they rarely ever make the playoffs, so you couldn't get to 18.
Have they ever made? Well, yeah, they have.
That's Steve McNair back in the day. That was probably one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time that they still lost. But anyway, let's move on to the Washington Aras, the Nationals. Sorry, Redskins fans. I apologize. It's a thing that has to happen. The Washington, did I say Nationals already? The Wizards? The Washington Generals? I don't have any more team names. The Washington Washingtons.
The Washington DCs.
We got the Redskins versus the Eagles. Divisional battle. The Eagles are real bad. The Redskins win this game. That's all I got to say. Casey.
I mean, the Eagles might be real bad, but are they Cleveland Browns real bad?
They're getting there.
Are they New York Jets last week bad?
Oh God, no one's that
bad. I gotta go Washington. Yeah.
Remember when we thought the Eagles were good? Let's move on.
They started off good, and then they were like, "Oh wait, we're the Eagles."
We got the Arizona Cardinals going up against the Miami Dolphins. I'm going with the Dolphins. Bump in the road against the Ravens. Big bump in the road because they got blown out. I think at least Dolphins fans expected it to be close. But, I think, well, I don't know. That's a tough defense too this week. But I think Jay Ajayi gets it going again this week, and that helps the Dolphins offense become more balanced because you don't want to put too much pressure on Ryan Tannehill, like I said last week. But still, I think the Dolphins, I just think they're a better team than people are going to give them credit for. They do play the Patriots twice a year, so it's a little bit, they're a little bit skeptical. That people really don't trust the Dolphins. But I mean, when they're clicking, they can be a good team. When they're clicking, they can be a good team. So I don't know. I feel like the Dolphins are going to win this game now, albeit they don't lead in any statistical category but rushing. As far as the league rankings are concerned. But I just think they're the better team. The Cardinals are 5-6-1. They should be much worse than that. They played a lot worse than that this year. I'm going with the Dolphins. I just can't trust the Cardinals right now. Casey.
Yeah, let me set you straight. Okay, last week the Dolphins didn't get blown out. They just took a week off. They were just like, nah, we don't need this win. We'll let the Ravens feel like they blow us out.
They needed that though. They did.
They didn't. It didn't happen.
They did because they come into this week with 4 losses. They're still 2 games behind the Patriots, and then we go and we beat the Patriots. They're 1 game behind the Patriots.
Hey,
now,
shut up. Hey, shut
You're
up.
just mad because I lost.
We didn't need that. We didn't need that. We still got this. We're still 7-5. We got this. All right. But anyway, we're at home. We get the home field advantage. Arizona doesn't have its grass, which is broken anyway this year. So it doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna go with the fans getting the wins.
Can I have like the Cardinals rolling in their grass as like a ringtone? Is that like I know it's like an image, but still, like I mean, there's a sound that comes with it. I want it as an alarm. Yeah, that's what I want. I want the grass rolling in. I want it as an alarm. It needs to happen. I'd wake up every day feeling chipper. But anyway, we got the Minnesota Vikings going into Jacksonville to face the Jaguars, who are still not as good as we thought they were. I'm going with the Vikings, even though they're not that good. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. It's tough, but oh god, Vikings offense is just pitiful. Like it's bad. Like I don't know if you've seen the Vikings play, Casey, this year, as far as like during this slide or whatever we're calling this. And I ain't talking about the electric slide because it hasn't been pleasant at all. Okay, it could be the electric slide, but you know that one person at the party who loves to dance but they can't. That's the Vikings. That's the type of slide they're doing.
What about the cha-cha slide? I like that one. I like the cha-cha slide.
Okay, we can do the cha-cha slide, but it's still that person that doesn't know the cha-cha slide but should because they love to dance. It's that person. Yeah, look out. But yeah, the Vikings are real bad. Their offense is ranked 31st, and I'm not surprised. Unfortunately, I still have Stephon Diggs on my fantasy team, so that's fun. I'm going with the Vikings though. I can't go with the Jaguars, who have the 4th ranked defense. Ironically enough, I can't go with the Jaguars though. Their offense is not good enough either. I mean, their offense isn't Vikings bad, but it's not good. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I think still the Vikings have more to play for. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but at least they're around about there. So I'm going with the Vikings. Casey.
You know what? I feel like the Vikings they're on the comeback. They had that slide. They did. They started off real good, and they had that slide just to put everybody off to think they're the same Minnesota they've always been, but they're not. They're not, and they're going to come back, and they're going to beat Jacksonville because that's not that hard to do.
Is that really a comeback? Like.
At least they're not playing the Browns or the Jets. I mean, come on now.
Don't have to go much higher to do that.
I mean, at least Jacksonville give them a sort of a game. I mean, but I think they're coming back. They're making the comeback, and the Vikings empire is coming back. I can feel it. Yep.
All right. Let's move on to the Chargers
Super Bowl
versus the Panthers.
7. I'm calling it. Super Bowl 57. Minnesota's going to make the playoffs.
They're going to make the playoffs, he said. He said they're going to win it. They're going to be around about there. All right. Wow. The San Diego Chargers versus the Carolina Panthers. Carolina's still bad. I'm going with San Diego. San Diego still that team that could put up 100 points and still lose. But they're playing the Panthers, guys. Like, I mean, at least if the Chargers put up 100 points, the Panthers won't even show up. I'm going with the Chargers, guys. Casey.
Yeah. Hey, remember that Carolina team that went to the Super Bowl and was good? Where'd they go? I'm
With
curious.
that though.
Where'd they go? And somehow, still on Yahoo Fantasy, Carolina is the favorite. Like, bruh, the people on fantasy on Yahoo Fantasy even like pay attention to the games like at all. Like I don't understand. San Diego. I'm going San Diego.
Okay. All right, let's move on to a game that, Lord, if they played on TV, I think everyone would boycott the NFL forever. The Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Cleveland Browns. This is the week, baby. This is the week. The Browns will not go 0-16. I've been playing up this team as a tough out for my entire life. They can't do it, They can't be the Lions. Not of 2016. I got to go with the Browns. I think they're going to upset the Bengals and make Lamar real mad. I don't know. The Browns, I don't know what to think about the Browns, really. Like, I don't know what to think about the Browns. Like, I haven't watched them enough to be like, they're just real bad. But I see their record, I'm like, they're just real bad. So, like, I don't know how to feel about the Browns. I just know they're just real bad. So, but I'm going with them. I think they're gonna finally get over that hump. It's been a big one. It has. It's been a big one. The ones that Ryan can't get over, but it has been a big one. It has. It's been a tough, a tough road for the Browns. But I think they come to the end of the. If you can name the artist who sings that song, you get brownie points. No brownies. Anyway, Casey.
You get points towards a brownie in the future. If you get 100 brownie points, you get half a brownie.
I'll think about a brownie.
You can smell a brownie from a bakery. Can't have it, but you can smell it. Anyway, we got, as Amy and Miley would tell you, the Battle of Ohio that no one cares about except.
So it's Miz versus Dolph Ziggler?
Pretty much, except I would rather see Ziggler versus The Miz 1,000 times over Cincinnati versus Cleveland.
This will be the game they play in your area, just because.
Yeah, it's just like why would you do this? But I think Cleveland's coming back. Worst to first, baby. Worst to first. No.
So they're gonna win the division.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
I think they're mathematically eliminated, but
nope.
But okay.
It's gonna happen. The Electoral College is gonna come in, and they're gonna be like, Cleveland wins their division. That's it. That's what's gonna happen. Cincinnati. I'm not gonna try this. They're gonna come back and they're gonna nope. Cincinnati. I don't want Cincinnati to win, but Cincinnati. I mean, they could get like a field goal and still win.
Okay. All right. We got the Chicago Bears going up against the Detroit Lions. Wow. This was a game that you would expect to be real close. And it probably still will be because it's a divisional rival, but you would expect this game to be really close, like at the beginning of the year, because I think we all felt like the Lions were going to be real bad. They're not. They're probably going to win the division, to be honest. We're going to be honest right now, because the Vikings, the Vikings. Oh dear. The Vikings, guys. Remember that time? Oh, good times. But I'm going with the Lions. The Lions are going to win this freaking division, and I'm excited. I like the Lions. They might not didn't make my top 6 favorite teams, but they probably 7. I really just like Matt Stafford and how he throws the ball from every angle ever. It doesn't matter. He can be sitting on the bench, he still throw a strike. So I'm going with the Lions. I mean, they're playing the Bears, so yeah, and stuff. So the Lions, Casey.
Man, this is a real tough game. It is. It's real tough. Um, and why is my phone not working right now? Trying to send a.
You forgot what teams it was. That's how close it is.
I did. I was like, wait, which team is in Detroit, and then which one is in Chicago? And then I was trying to do the Wizard of Oz things. I was like, something and something. Bears. Okay, it's Bears, and then nope, it's not the Tigers. It's Lions. Okay, so it's the Lions and the Bears.
But the Tigers gonna come in there too. The Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my. Okay. I see what you're setting up. I do. I see it.
I mean, you know, um, I feel bad. I really feel bad for Calvin Johnson because you know that all those years when they had him and they sucked.
Yeah, they was real bad.
After he gone, they're like, oh hey, let's start being awesome.
Poor fella.
Bruh. Like I don't understand it. It does not make sense. Yeah, going with Detroit. Because Chicago, they're the Bears, but
That's about it.
yeah, they're the Bears.
Oh goodness. All right, let's move on to the next game we have, which is it gets worse. The the New York Jets.
Oh God.
Okay. The New York Jets versus the San Francisco 49ers. Oh my goodness. What a game. Like, wow. I don't even know how to feel. I really don't. The Jets. I mean, I know I just watched them play really, really, really bad against the Colts, but they're playing the 49ers. They're playing against Colin Kaepernick, who protests but doesn't vote. Like, wow. What a game. Please don't show this on any television ever. Like, even the 49ers fans don't deserve to see this. Like they just don't. The Jets fans don't deserve to see this. Like, that's how bad this is going to be. But you know what? I'm going with the Jets reluctantly. Casey.
I mean, the best thing the NFL could do is just cancel this game. Just refund everyone's money that bought a ticket. You know, just cancel the game.
They're going to see this game and be like, hashtag cancel NFL Network.
I don't even know who to. Oh man. I guess I got to go with the Jets. I really hope that we don't get the Jets from last week. I mean, come on now. I'm putting my faith in you, Jets. You know, we whooped you last week, but I mean, I don't know. I don't. Just I'm going with the Jets.
Yeah, that's about right. You know, that's about the overall feeling about that game. We got the New Orleans Saints going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a tough game. A tough one to pick. Like, the Saints aren't the greatest of all time, but the offense is pretty doggone good. And Tampa is still fighting. They're still scratching. They're still clawing. And I'm going with the crab legs, baby. The crab legs. I'm going with them. I refuse. I refuse to not go with the crab legs. When the crab legs was on the board, I'm picking them. I'm picking them. I mean, if Andrew could, pick the Jets every time Geno Smith was in, then I think I'm fine with I think I'll be fine on this one. So, oh goodness, yeah, yeah. I'm going with the crab legs, baby. The crab. Just so y'all know, I'm going to just replace the NFL logo. I'm calling for a replacement of the NFL logo right now. I want it to happen.
All right. Well, you know, 3 things that I like. I like crab legs. I like creamsicles. And I like anytime I can say baby. So right there, you know, if you give me the crab legs and the creamsicles and I can say Tampa Bay, it's going to be a good week. And I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. Yep. Tampa Bay.
I'm just going to leave that up for the rest of the show. We got the Atlanta Falcons going to go. The Rams are here, so you know. Going up against the Los Angeles Rams. Nope. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons because the Rams are absolute trash. And they gave Jeff Fisher an extension. I've never seen someone lose so much and always get an extension. Like, I want, like, his ability to just get extensions. Like, can I just go into work and do nothing tomorrow and not get fired? I'm going to try it and see what happens. Because I'm going to try it. I'm going to change my name to Jeff Fisher. I'm going to go in. I'm going to do nothing tomorrow, and then I'm just going to leave. And then I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. God, this man just... Anyway, Casey.
You know, I had faith in the Rams when they moved to LA. I did. I was like, they could turn this franchise around. They didn't. They just moved it to a different city so they can expand their suckage. You know, I figured it out. You know, the Rams are just going to move to a different city every couple years so that everybody can experience how much they suck in person.
Oh, did you hear about, speaking of people moving cities, did you hear about San Diego supposed to be moving to Los Angeles next year?
I thought the Raiders were moving to LA or whatever, or what?
I think it's the Chargers now. Everybody's going to move to LA. They're just going to have the entire NFL in LA. That's what's going to happen.
It's going to be the Los Angeles Football League. It's going to be the LAFL. It's going to suck for everyone who isn't on the West Coast. But Atlanta. Is anyone going to pick LA in this game? Really? Like, Atlanta. Come on now.
Have you seen LA? Have you seen them play since Jeff Fisher took over? Like they're that team that's supposed to be good, and then you watch them and you're like, well, they're not. Anyway, let's move on. I think no, this isn't Sunday Night Football game. We're almost there. We got the Seattle Seahawks going up against the Green Bay Packers. I'm going with the Packers. Now I know I've been very critical of the Packers because they're bad, but the Seahawks are going on the road. Seahawks, they're not good on the road, and it's real cold in Lambeau Field. And you know it's almost wintertime. I think it's officially wintertime now. It's at least close to wintertime. So Lambeau Field is real cold, and I think the Green Bay Packers are gonna win this game. They're not gonna win this division. They may not even make the playoffs. But they're gonna win this game against Seattle. They're gonna at least make it look good. I'm going Green Bay. Casey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Green Bay also. If for no other reason, just that Seattle is not good on the road and with the weather. I think Green Bay always has that on their side, especially when we get into December, January, that time when it gets really cold. A lot of the other teams aren't used to that, except maybe Chicago. But the Bears. I'm going Green Bay.
All right. Let's move on to the Sunday Night Football game. And our last game for the picks, we got the Dallas Cowboys Cowboy. However you want to say it, or as Justin says it, Cowboy. Like anything Justin says that like he steals from anyone ever, it just gets worse. So like if it was bad before and Justin says it, just prepare yourself. But I'm gonna go with the Giants. They're playing against the Giants. I'm going with the Giants. Have to. I still can't take this Cowboys team seriously. I've seen the chinks in the armor. I've seen the flaws, and somebody's got to exploit them. Somebody's got to exploit them. And I think, well, then I watched the Giants play last week. I'm still going with the Giants. I'm still gonna do it. Keeping out hope. The Cowboys, I think, have clinched their playoff berth, so that's fun. They're going back to the playoffs, so all the Cowboys fans can be like, "Yeah, we're the best in the league." And no one cares about the Cowboys. Like they suck. They're gonna lose in the first round. They might get the bye, so they might lose in the second round technically. But they're gonna lose, so don't get too happy. And if all else fails, they'll play the Ravens again and they'll lose, like they should have. But I ain't gonna get too much into that. Casey, Cowboys or Giants?
Let's see. Let me look back. I think this is a real test for the Cowboys. We're officially into December. This is usually when that roller coaster goes down. But I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to go with Dallas. I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Cue Justin saying it just even worse. It was so bad. The first time he did it, I was like, no, that's so bad. Oh, goodness. Anyway, man, let's go ahead and get this show to the end. Definitely enjoyed talking a little Ravens and Colts football, along with everybody else in the league. We don't forget about people, but be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. We're excited. We want to continue doing the picks. We enjoy doing the picks and making fun of how bad the Browns are and how bad the Jets played last week. We like talking about these things and make fun of Justin because he never shows up. We love doing this. But anyway, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out the rest of the videos we have if you are a wrestling fan. If you're not a wrestling fan, go check out last week's picks and the picks before that, or the top six, our top six little secondary favorite teams or whatever that we did. Check out that if you want more football stuff that's not too old. But anyway, that's about it. We'll see you guys later. We do hope you guys enjoyed. Bye. Peace. See you.